What's up, people? I am here at our terminal. I had to do a cow bid inspection, which I really don't understand why they didn't do this crap when they had it in there for the airlines, because that hasn't even been 2 weeks. Just logic. So anyway, I came off home time. I was supposed to come off at 1800 yesterday. I was going to try to get in here in the morning, but that didn't work because my checkout at the hotel was 12 noon. And what I do when I leave the hotel, because I'm really weird about hotels, well, I'm weird about most places. My friend works for like a very large pest control company in Florida. Actually, the largest pest control company in Florida. And she like manages their mail department. And so she tells me stories. Since I have a phobia of certain bugs, bed bugs are a huge one, and you can get them anywhere. I mean, she says they've treated very, lucrative and very upper echelon hotels for this, and I'm like, oh. And I had a friend who had got them, and he told me what he had to do to his house. I'm like, oh, so it bothers me. It bothers me, that and roaches. I can't do them. Those are my two, scorpions, although I've never seen a scorpion. Knock on wood. And I'm in Arizona. So anyway, I came home, I did Thanksgiving. Y'all will see I slept. I was so tired. But anyway, so yesterday I was coming off home time. I was supposed to have a load coming out of here, going to Sholo and then going into Colorado to Walmart. Then I was picking up a beef load that was going to come back here to the grocery chain in Arizona that I've been to before, Bash's, which isn't bad. Because then you got to park around the back, and I would have got me some Dickie's barbecue. Y'all know it's always about food. Although I did lose some weight. I've done a few different changes, and I'm going to be adding some new changes even more. And my doctor said, she said, since I saw you last, you knocked off like 10, 15 pounds, something like that, on that. So she's like, that's good. She said, what did you do? And I said, well, I started drinking more water, and then I try not to eat before I go to bed, before I go to sleep. And if I do something really light. So what my goal is to do the shake thing. But anyway, I got groceries for the truck yesterday. So I washed laundry at the end of the hotel stay. I put the laundry in because I wash all my laundry. That way I put them through the heat. And then I don't take them back to the room. I pack them there in the laundry room at the hotel. I usually do a bomb on the truck, but I forgot to get one at Walmart. So I need to bomb the truck. But I might bump back up there today, and then I'll have to get out the truck and bomb it while I'm sitting in the driver's lounge. Or I might do it while I'm at Walmart. I have no idea. I'll figure it out. What else? So they had to cancel that load off me because I'm in with this cow bid inspection, and I wasn't going to do it on my home time. They don't do it. It's so bizarre. I come home, I'll drop the trailer off, and I like to keep the tractor with me because I take laundry on and off of there, plus I'm gradually packing stuff up. So I take my laundry off of there, and then I also do a cleaning, which I'm going to show y'all some of the cleaning on here too. And these folks then send me this message talking about cow bid inspection. I'm not going to deal with that until the end of the home time. I'm not coming back up here to deal with all that. No. And you guys should have done that when I was in Lancaster because you had it in the shop. And I don't know how it is that you can pull your truck in. They should be able to see the dates of everything that needs to be done. If that truck is there and it needs to be done within 10 business days, they need to do it then. Lewis Shelton, thank you. I can tell you, and I think hope in one of these videos I read you what it said, and I want to get a picture of it. It said, I'm going to do a picture of it. If it's not in this video, I'll do it in the next one, where they did the last inspection prior to this one, and it says something about the air dryer, and it was saturating the airlines. So I think that's what you're referring to. If it is, just comment below and let me know. And I'm going to thank you for that because I agree. To me, you saw an air dryer, for what I know it to be, is a backup system to keep the airlines dry in case moisture gets in the airlines. If that is not fully functioning or something's wrong, y'all need to fix that. You don't wait till the next service to do Band-Aid fixes. And I just had to explain to my driver manager what that was. I said, that's insanity. That should have been fixed in. I also have an oil leak. However bad it was, the driver, when I delivered the load to Restaurant Depot up here in Phoenix, that driver, he said, you got an oil leak? I said, yeah, I know. Because it was on the last thing that they said they saw oil leak. And then, but I don't know how severe it is. Because you can have a minor oil leak on a truck. But if it's heavy, obviously if it's heavy enough that when I pulled out, he saw the oil, then that problem is bigger. So I have absolutely no idea. I'm good. I talked to 2 kids that I met when I first came back here. They've left the company. They went lease purchase with the company where they're getting percentage of load. And he said, yeah, one of them said I lost his car working here. He said we were in the shop all the time with our truck. I was like, oh my God. And I know they give the babies the new drama. Or they give them, they give them sometimes, most of the time, which is weird to me, they give them a broke down. Occasionally they'll give them some of these newbies. But then when you got somebody for 5+ years with no accidents, I'm like, should I be able to go out there and say, which one do you want? These are all the available trucks. Not just handing me little pieces of crap and then, come back the next day, come back the next day. And everyone they gave me had massive issues. There's no way, they should have been handed out to anybody, not even, there was one, and man, I wish I would have kept that picture. The seat was in a U. It's just insanity, some of what I've seen. But it's okay. It's okay. Everything happens for a reason. So I'm just trying to let time wind up. Like I said, my biggest loss is that I really, really like the driver manager I have. And I want to thank, it was Junior who reached out to me, Junior Honduras. Thank you. I watch your channel sometimes, and you gave me some feedback on Prime, so thank you so much for that. And I really appreciate it, the feedback you gave me. I'm looking into that, and then I have some questions for DeeBoy Stance as far as what it is. If I can do some things physically to be ready for the physical, if that's an option for me, I'm going to do that. So I'll be looking into them here soon. So sometimes, hopefully after the first of the year, I'm looking at a couple different places, and we'll see. Like I said, my biggest struggle is I really like the lady I have as a driver manager. I like her, and I like the lady she works with. They're very personable. They work with you, and that's what I'm hoping for in a driver manager for whatever other company. Like I said, the other company I went to in Oklahoma, we would have been great. The little driver manager, I liked her. She just was never there, and then they were doing that weird stuff, and it wasn't just her. They tried to put it all off on her when they got rid of her, and she just was never there. My driver manager app now is in and out, but she's a veteran. I get that. This lady was just really, she'd be gone for like 3-4 days of the week, and then be in and then do a bunch of micromanagement. And then my other issue was that she wasn't the only one. It was their pattern to call you during sleep or birth. They would hint to go over speed. They really didn't care. We didn't even have outside cameras at that company, so you could do whatever the hell you really wanted. The only thing you had holding you back was the ELDs. And if they really didn't have the ELDs, it would have reminded me of an earlier Pride. Because Pride was like, they didn't care if you went over hours or nothing like that with Pride. They didn't give a damn. Just go on, drive, do whatever you want to do. But this company, like I said, the equipment was wonderful. The trailers. I went and picked up one of their brand new Great Danes, and even most of their trailers, even their older trailers, were just well maintained. And that to me is huge. Like I said, I'm out here with this place, and I call it busting the rust. Like when I had a little Nigerian girl on there, trying to train her, she's like, Shannon, I can't get landing gear up. I had to go out there, and she'd watch me, and then she's like, you have to go through this all the time? Yeah, a lot. I said, you see all these trailers, yeah? They can't make that work different? I said, no, they don't. They can, they just don't. I said, if they wanted it to work right, they would grease the landing gear. I said they would put proper handles on here, because sometimes they'll just take a handle and don't even go to the trailer and put that handle on there. So then you got to get on there and bungee this raggedy-ass handle. It's really depressing. And the sad part is it could be so much more. Like I said, sometimes I come in here and just want to put my management hat on and just start from the top to the bottom. I'll just go down and say, okay, we're going to start here, and then I want to go down, and I want to see, and I almost like someone do Arthur Anderson, put somebody up in each area and tell me who doing what, who not doing what, and then go in and clean the freaking house and then get people in here to do their job and pay the people accordingly. So people on the bottom is actually need more money. I think they would do their job if they get more money. Anyway, y'all, be blessed. I'll be cutting in different videos in here, so I know it's kind of jumping around, and some of them are over the past few days. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Trying to see, I might try to do home time with my dad in December, because I can tell he's lonely. Go out there and probably see if they can get me a load. I might have to do a dry load, something into Lubbock, or something that has time on it that I can then get here to Phoenix, or take into Dallas, because also my brother and his family, I want to see them, because they moved They moved from Arizona to Dallas. He's a general manager for Hilton. So go out there and see him and his family because I haven't really had a chance to spend with my niece and nephew out there. I saw them when they were real little, real quick, but they don't know me, and I want them to get to know me. Some of my fondest memories are hanging with my aunts on both sides of my family. I had some really cool aunts, and I would like to be that to my nieces and nephews. Anyway, y'all, 2 and 2, be blessed. And there'll be videos cutting in. So Louis Shelton, thank you. Yes, I have. I'm gonna see if I have that report with me. If I don't, I'll take pictures of it in the next video I do and upload it so you can see what it says. Because people won't believe me that it said on the next service. I was like, and I was telling Trucker Bill said, that's crazy as hell. I said, dude, they doing a lot of band-aiding right now. I think they're just so budgeted to the hilt, and these departments are trying to meet numbers. I mean, and when you do that, I saw that back when I used to manage. When you meet numbers, you oftentimes don't do well in service. So you're a disservice to your customer. And see, I'm the internal customer. So you're a disservice to the customer because you're trying to meet numbers of what the management is asking on top. And it's damaging and dangerous depending on what you do. Anyway, peace. Right, y'all see my hot mess. I did this part of the floor already. That part of the floor is done. That right there is a trash bag. I got a little cooler to put ice in. I'm supposed to be starting my little smoothie thing. Maybe I think I'm gonna start that when I go back out this time. That has ice. This is the electric one. It's not. I hate that. I want an electric refrigerator. It doesn't. I have to dump. I throw away so much food in that. And I have this little ice thing for immediate ice. I got to get the floor cleaned up. Y'all see my stuff. I threw a whole bunch of stuff up there. There's a fork up there on the floor. Anyway, I'm getting that cleaned up. Sunflower seeds. There's rugs usually down here, so I shook the rugs. So I have this canister vac that I use to clean up with. And then I use this for the John, obviously. And then I have either that or I have a bleach spray, which you see under the seat. I had a bleach spray. So right now I've been like sweeping and vacuuming, and that's a trash bag, so I'm throwing trash out. So truck is kind of in disarrangement right now because I'm just throwing stuff out and cleaning stuff up. Anyway, peace, y'all. I'll talk to y'all more, and y'all see it a little bit after it's done. But this is what I need 5 days for because I take a day to really just do laundry, get the truck cleaned up. I actually even spray the floor after I vacuum it. So I sprayed this portion right here. This has already been cleaned, so y'all can see. I wipe it down, so that's already been cleaned. That goes in there, so I have that, and that's when I do the porta-john. I can spray that out, and then I do the floor with either this and or that bleach over there that gets any germs up. And I do that usually I do it while I'm on the road, but I also do it more so when I'm at home. I do a good cleaning, so I'm doing that right now. And see if I got to get a blower for this to blow that dust out of there. Anyway, and then this is actually gonna get bleached out over home time, so I gotta take it out, get some water and bleach it out, and get an air sprayer and spray it out because I don't have an air sprayer connected. That's kind of why I'm at a point. Once I get, preferably if I can do like a lease purchase, I'm gonna have like one of those air blowers under my truck, under my seat put in, and then you can blow this stuff out and just vacuum it out. But yeah, anyway, and you can also blow the truck out easier. Anyway, peace. All right, y'all see, I'm vacuumed up. That's a case of water over there. I'm gonna take those bottles. I have a bag that I was using to put ice in, because it's kind of like a thermos bag you can take to the beach, but it has plastic in it. But after a while, it just started leaking water too bad. So I was like, yeah, no. So I got the hard shell one for the ice, and I like it because I can put a drink in there too. It'll be right next to the seat. I had a vacuum over there, and then I put my rugs down, and then I'll show y'all everything. But yeah, I clean. I'm gonna have to get a different bottle. But this is Walmart, like 98 cents. It's smashed under the chair. When I was raising Laura, I forgot it was down there. So I got to get, you can get this bottle. It's called, I have it for rubbing alcohol. This bottle right here you can get from Walmart. And it's good for, like, it's a chemical spray bottle. You get it where the mops and stuff are. So I'm going to have to get another one and put that in there and put that cleaner in there. I'll pick one up today. I'll stop at Wally World today and pick one up. But anyway, maybe today. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it today because I need something to put that in. I'll find it. I'll see what I can do. I might be able to gorilla tape it for a minute. Anyway, y'all can see. So I'm getting it cleaned up. I'm vacuuming, and then I do wipe down. So I'm gonna spray. I do the wipe down. I usually either do that bleach or I do that 409. So I'm gonna do the 409 because it's not too bad. But disinfect your truck. You walk in here. I walk in here barefoot or walk in here with socks on. Also, not to mention all the stuff you track in. And even though I put rugs down, which I'll show y'all later, because I like to wash my rugs. Even though I put rugs down, the rugs you come in, you walking in, grease and stuff. Just like when I had all that mud on my shoes coming out there from the beef plant up in, what's that, Friona, Texas. And, you know, all that, got blood and everything else. Because they running them cows, putting them right in the back of them trailers and then just driving them trailers over. And so that stuff ain't frozen in most cases. By the time it gets on there, it's becoming frozen in that trailer. So just so y'all know. And so that blood, any blood from the packages, all that's leaking out there on that dirt in the ground, and you just tracking that crap right up into your truck. So you do want to disinfect. You walking on some of these yards, they don't clean them good. I gotta get that. And I eat a lot of sunflower seeds when I drive outside to clean that and do wipe down. So yeah, disinfect, and that's why I like 5 days home time, because I take a day. In this case, I slept most yesterday. Today's the day after Thanksgiving, and I'm sitting up here right now cleaning up the truck. I was going to go see a movie, but I said, you know what, I got to get this done because Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to chill. I might see movies then. And then I got to go to people's houses. And then I've got a doctor's appointment on Monday. I'll see if I can get my eyeglasses taken care of on Monday, too. If I can order those. I don't know if I'm doing it at Costco. I'm deciding which frame I want. Anyway, y'all be blessed. 2 and 2. All right, y'all seeing part of it. So that's already wiped down. I got to vacuum over there a little bit. I got to vacuum over there. I got a bag over there. What's in that bag? Oh, that's like condiments and stuff I got to go through. And the Ziploc and throw out and stuff. But and pins and stuff like knickknacks that fell everywhere. And I'll go through that. But yeah, so I'm getting it wiped up. But yeah, this is how I go through my truck. Right now I got a bunch of laundry back here on the bed. I got to put all my laundry up because I just dumped the bag, and that's one of the disposable laundry bags. I'm using that for trash, and I'll get that out. But yeah, y'all get to see what it looks like after it's done. The bed is made. I only slept under the top cover right now because I really need a shower, and I think I'm gonna do my shower here in a few minutes. Let me finish this up so I can get in and out, get the clothes up, and then get that into night. I'll do some more stuff, but I'm working on it little by little, y'all. This is just doing the walkway, and like I said, I spray the floor down. So I'll show y'all, just do like that, and then I get just some paper towel. I don't want to use a towel because this is black, and I get the paper towel. Y'all can see it's wet, and I just wipe. And that was the 409, and just wipe. And what that is right there is white mark. Something spilled, but I ain't sure what. I wipe it down, and these are some straws that fell back out the seat. I get those, put those up here, and then go through them. But yeah, let me see, I gotta get over there, and it's dirty. I'm gonna vacuum over there, sunflower seeds and stuff, and then I'll wipe that down too. Anyway, all right, y'all can see we're getting there. That rug right there is made out of some kind of, it's not really, it's a weird kind of material. I got that at, where'd I get that at? I don't even know if I got that at Walmart. I think I got that at Iowa 80. And they have like carpet remnants, and that was some remnant they had. So I use that as a layer. I'm going to put another rug over the top of that in a minute. I have a matching one to this one, and I'm going to put that over the top. And then what I do is I use, this was what I was using originally in the front, but they were too small for the truck. So I have one over there in the wheel well over there, just that's where I usually have my trash bin water and stuff. And then I have that rug right there for the front. So I told you I put rugs in here, so if you waste stuff, you can either shake them out and or you can wash them. So, you know, even if y'all are doing your little tinkle in a bottle, if you spill, I'm going to show you how I had that set up too. I'm just going to keep it real. And so, yeah, but this right here. So, still working on the truck. I'm going to get out of here and get dinner later, but I'm going to go get a shower after I get through doing this part of it. And I don't know if I'm doing the laundry now or do it when I come back to the truck, because I need to reorganize the cabinets and I need to go in there and see if there's anything I want to take out. So, laundry might get done when I come back after going, and I might go see, I think we'll see Robin Hood. But anyway, I'll show y'all more in a minute. Peace. All right, so underneath there is that one rug I was showing y'all. That's there. If you have to tinkle, what I was doing for the students is this rug right here goes over the top of that, plus, where's it at? I can't find it. I'm looking for it. Oh, here it is. Plus this towel right here. So if you had a moment and you was trying to tinkle in a cup or bottle or whatever and it spilled, that can collect it, and then all you do is wash it. So yeah, but this rug right here, since I'm on the solo, I put that over the top of this one at night, and if I have to have a female tinkle moment, I can tinkle. If anything spills, you just put that in a plastic bag and wash it the next time you go. But I usually have the towel on top, and I have a couple of towels, so yeah. Anyway, that avoids, these trucks, you get drivers in there, especially male drivers, I'm sorry y'all, and y'all be trying to drive and pee in the bottle and then waste the bottle, but you have it goes in between those plastic mats. Well, there's a foam cushion in those plastic mats. Once the urine gets in there, it's just going to smell up the whole truck. So understand the necessity of what you got to do on the truck, but there's a way to do it and prevent stank, odors, and drama. Like if you have to use your porta john, at the top up there, I have Walmart has these little, here, I'll show y'all. You can get this at Walmart. It's an incense kit. I like candles and incense. So, again, I've never smoked nothing a day in my life, but I do like the smell of incense. And you can get these. And then if you have to go to the bathroom, if you just light one of these in the morning and put it on there and take care of what you need to do at night or whenever you have your emergency, if you're somewhere out in the neck of the woods. But y'all can see it's getting done. I usually use my shoes that I drive in up there in the front. But yeah, it's getting there. Show y'all more in a little bit. Y'all can see I'm here in Love's. Ooh, my windows is nasty. I asked them to fix this, right? So my sprayer on top doesn't spray good. Y'all can see it. See the bottom one spray? Look how that one sprays. Okay, totally different. They didn't fix it. Yeah. Soon and very soon, we're going to start singing, "I'm coming to see the King. Praying the Lord opens up a different door." I'm going to turn this around. Alright, I'm going to go get a shower and cut the hair and all that other stuff. Here at Love's. Our terminal's up the street. I'm going to check in the hotel tomorrow. I got in Wednesday. Originally I was going to do hotel stay Friday, Saturday, and then I was heading out Monday. But because I got here a day delayed because of the snow issue, I had to push my home time to leave out on Tuesday. And they also telling me I have some kind of inspection. I'm not dealing with that till the end. And actually, to be really honest, I'm going to see if she can get me back to Texas, to Lancaster, because they do a much better job and there's stuff that probably can get fixed. And I can roll with this for about 30 to 45 more days and then preferably make some decisions after the first of the year. Getting ready to head out of here, go see hopefully a movie, go eat some dinner, and then come back to the truck stop. And then I check in the hotel, which is just up the street, tomorrow. I don't like staying at our terminal. So I just don't like staying at the terminal. I don't. And so I usually, and our terminal is just up the street too. I'm on like 83rd Avenue and it's on 75th Avenue. That's just, if y'all know the streets, that tells you how close it is. Anyway, I like this Love's. I have a free shower here. I got a free shower at the Pilot and Flying J. Pilot and Flying J in Arizona, both of them is just nasty. The Pilot is better, but they're just scummy to me. I don't like their yards, and I'm starting to notice that about a lot of Pilot Flying J's around the country. If y'all even ever see my video, please, y'all need to go out there. You need to power wash those yards with some soap and get all that grease and stuff up. Just everything about your stops need to be cleaned up. They're just disgusting. You come here to Love's and look at this. This is clean. Even older Love's are maintained cleaner. Most TAs I've been to, with some exceptions, are maintained. Their fuel out are pretty damn clean. TAs, Petros. But there's some I'm just like, whew. But when I get to Pilot Flying J, I just sometimes I can't. And maybe it's the female. I just like, oh, I can't do it. Anyway, I'm getting ready to get up here and get me a shower. Hopefully, I don't have to wait. Then I'm going to come back and see what the movies look like. I want to see Fantastic Beast or whatever. And I'm going to see the Robin Hood. So those are the two I'm aiming for. I was meaning to get out the truck earlier, but as I'm going to show you, I was doing some cleaning in my truck and what I do. And also, I'm got to go through stuff and pack stuff up. So I'm going to fill up duffel bags on top, put them up there so that once I come back the next home time, I'm just going to go ahead and haul these things off the truck and get down, like I said, to where I hopefully won't have to do more than 2 duffel bags to get off this truck. And I am now Excuse me, y'all. I'm almost wondering, should I lift? Part of me wants to lift, but then I had to pay, and then you got to make sure. I bobtailed to where I want. It's just up the street. The movie theater is on 99th. I'm on 83rd. So I'm gonna probably get in here, get my shower, get some ice put in here, grab something. I don't know what I'm eating. I might do pho. I also thought about a poke bowl, and then I might get a Jimmy John's for later. I don't know. I haven't decided which one. I love Jimmy John's. Oh, Jimmy John's. Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's. I love Jersey Mike's. They're like that's like my top favorite sub place in Arizona. Otherwise, there's another place called Miracle Mile where my grandmother used to take me as a little girl, and we used to do pastrami sandwiches. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the Mexico border loads. One of the gentlemen on on the TheTrucker411 Facebook page had his first load. He's a newbie to driving. Had his first load going to Mexico. We, as U.S. truckers, do not take loads into Mexico. The company I work for owns a Mexico company that actually transports the loads from the border of the U.S. into Mexico. Okay, so I listened to his video. I listened to his frustration, maybe some of his fears and concerns regarding possibly going into Mexico right now with everything going on, maybe thinking I got to have a passport. I don't want to get stuck in Mexico. What the hell? I'm not driving this any further. He had some frustration. My camera cut on me. He had some, I had to delete some files. He had some frustration because he went into, down to the border to Texas and Mexico. And so what happens, let me kind of back up. What happens when you go to the Mexico border is he had frustration because he thought that he was going across the street, which was some invisible line, to take the trailer into Mexico. This is not the case. There's usually two parts to loads going into Mexico. One, there is an inspection that takes place on the trailer to make sure that you're bringing equipment that can get over into Mexico. They have their standards, and that trailer will meet the standards. We'll talk about why in a minute. Two, then you take once they clear that inspection, then you take the trailer to across the street and drop it for the Mexico drivers or to another facility, or it might be the same facility. They might have two divisions of that facility across the street or to another area for that driver to do an inspection. So my company, I remember back in 2010 when I was with them, 2010-11, when I was with them, what they would have us do is we actually went to a terminal, which I think we still do. It's been a while. I did one with Martika, the TV watcher chick. You took the load, you took the trailer into the terminal. They inspected the trailer to make sure it was okay. Then you took it to the inspection place for the company to inspect to say it's okay to cross into Mexico. They give you whatever paperwork or okay it or whatever they do in the system, and then you take it to whatever the facility is that's going to be driving it into Mexico. In the case that this particular individual had, DCI, you had it. In your case, you had it, the inspection place was here, and just up from the inspection place is where you're supposed to drop the trailer. That is a normal procedure. That's not anything unusual. And I'm going to tell you, because you did say something about, hey, I had this great clean trailer, then they made me go pick up this crappy trailer. So one of the reasons the inspection is taking place like it is because a lot of U.S. companies used to send their worst equipment into Mexico. And they did it because they said that the people in Mexico would destroy and or steal possibly their equipment. So they didn't want to risk their newer equipment with being stolen. So their newer trailers. They didn't want to lose tires. So they sent really their worst stuff into Mexico. Well, that causes other problems. So then my understanding is what happened is Mexico raised its standards, and they created this investigatory group or this inspection group that inspects the equipment to make sure that you're not sending them something so shoddy it's going to fall apart or be dangerous on their roads. And I mean, we have to respect that. That's life over there. It's like they maybe they are not, and I don't know if they aren't. I don't live in Mexico, so I don't want to talk about anybody to that degree. But maybe they're not as well off, supposedly, as the U.S. But for you to say, okay, we're going to send you the most shoddy crap. I mean, I understand the company not wanting to lose money, but it's tacky. It was tacky. So oftentimes what you did is exactly what a lot of companies do. They will go and they will send their most crappy trailers over into Mexico. I have hauled loads only to the borders that go into Mexico for two companies. Well, three companies. One is a company you're with. While I was with the trainer, I was, because remember, I only stayed with them for a short time. One is a company I'm with now, and I've done it for them several times, except I haven't done it under reefer. I don't know of any reefer loads that go over there. And then, and I was driving it back then. And then I also did it under Conway. So I did it under Conway. And I hauled, it was secondhand clothing from Savers in New Mexico. Hauled that down to the Texas border and had to do something very similar. I can tell you, though, the trailer was not the best. I can also tell you how they loaded it was tacky. I had to take the trailer back because that trailer, they loaded it just through, I mean, it was no regard because of where it was going. We still have to have work ethic. I have a problem when I understand things can push you to that point, but you still have to, I mean, you got to have some kind of decency about you. So you weren't going into Mexico. You were just taking it across the street, and that was still the U.S. You, as a trucker, if you're going into Mexico, you would know. You would damn sure know. You're not crossing into Mexico. You would have just taken it across the street. That's it. And you would have dropped the trailer there. What you went through is typical for any of us taking, at least for this company and other companies, which is the company you're with. I work for them, as well as the company Conway. It was very common what you went through. Take it to an inspection site. And I went through 3 stops. First was one of our terminals in Laredo or El Paso. Usually Laredo. Laredo was huge. But Laredo, take it to the terminal Laredo, they check it out, or El Paso, they might check the trailer there. Then you go to a facility where they do an inspection. They do the inspection, and then they tell you to drop it in a yard or where you're supposed to be dropping it at. So yes, there could be anywhere from 2, 3, and or 4 stops, just to let you know, prior to you dropping that trailer at its final destination before it goes into Mexico. But you would not be taking it into Mexico. Just taking it across the street or 3/4 of a mile or whatever, that's not taking it into Mexico. That is dropping it here in the U.S. at a U.S. border facility that is going to have a Mexico driver drive that load into Mexico. And that's just how it works. And I don't know what the U.S. rules are for the Mexico driver. So maybe the reason that facility is there is because that's as far as the Mexico driver could come. It's not so much because of your restrictions, it's because of theirs. So they may be restricted as to how far they can come into the U.S. and pick up a load. A lot of reasons for that. That has to do now with a lot of our border security, and that's going on right now with everybody tripping, flipping, and dipping about the border security. Those things have been, heightened, and it is part of the border security. It's been around for years. So again, I did this back in 2000. I started in 2009, and I started driving for major companies in 2010. So this has been the way that it is. And so, no, you would not have been going into Mexico. Yes, you would need your passport to go into Mexico. I don't know of U.S. drivers who drive into Mexico. Now, you might get loads into Canada. But even that, they're even now having Canada drivers drive over. Because Canada, it's a different beast. Obviously, it's not going to be like driving possibly Mexico, but it's its own beast. Because it's driving Canada is almost like driving the East Coast. You got to worry about low bridges. You got to worry about restricted roads. They have huge mountain grades up there. It's a different beast. And their facilities, they do have some facilities you go to that are very, very tight. In my Canada loads, I took hazmat loads up there to a paint facility on a regular basis. I picked up a windmill coming out of there for like a local foreman. Obviously not the big wind machines like we have over here in California and Oklahoma, but one for a farm. So the whole kit could fit in the back of my truck. I picked up that. What else did I do? I took Monster Energy cans up there to Canada, and then that's I think what came out with the windmill. And then sometimes I would come back empty. They would just have me come back empty, and then I'd pick up a load in Washington or wherever. So it just really depended. It was all up in the air. But, yeah. Welcome to driving loads to the border. I like the border. Laredo, actually, is probably my favorite. I hate El Paso. El Paso just is so poverty-stricken to me. It looks poor. It reminds me of Nogales, Arizona. The look seems very poor. I mean, granted, that's sad to say, but it's a feeling I get. Um, Although Laredo is also a border town with a heavy Spanish influence, I love Laredo. It's green, it's lush, it's pretty. They do have some poverty areas, but they have some beautiful areas. I love the scenery. And I think what I don't like about Nogales and El Paso is they're very deserty. So there's not a lot of greenery. It's just dry. And I mean, I'm from Arizona, and we do have desert places, but our desert is like Tucson. So Tucson, even though I went there every summer as a little girl, I didn't particularly care for Tucson. It's not somewhere I would ever want to live. It was too dry. I don't like the straight desert. So where I'm at now in Phoenix is kind of city. It's got some greenery. And if I get up in the mountains, I'm real happy. I love the green. I love the water, like lakes and ponds and stuff. So that's another thing for me that doesn't fit. But no, you would not have been taking that. No, 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 and more to hell no. Trying to think what else I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, I'm going to show you a video of me just doing some cleanup on the truck. I did all my laundry. I'm really getting out of here a lot later because I really plan to be out early today. And then I just said, you know what, you need to be, because I'll procrastinate and then won't nothing get done. You need to get in this truck and get some stuff done. Because last time we were doing that 3-day weirdness until I talked to them. And I didn't get to clean my truck, which I think is why I've been off my game. Again, I've been tired. I've been off my game because my body, as a 50-year-old woman and where I'm at right now physically, I need the 5 days. I literally came in here. I got here Thursday morning at 9 a.m. or Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. I got here Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. or a little earlier than that. I delivered the load. By the time I was done, I went to Angry Crab Shack. I got me something to eat. I was going to do something else, and I was like, no, let's go do laundry. So I went and did the laundry, and I got the laundry done, and by the time I got done with the laundry, and that was later in the evening because I went, what did I do? Well, first I had to get in the truck and just tear everything apart. I tore the bed apart. I pulled out all my laundry bags. So that right there was about an hour of tearing out everything, getting the clothes from on top, pulling out the rugs. And that was just, I'm not like really quick. So then I hauled all the laundry. I mean, I hauled everything in, jackets, coats, rugs, everything. Everything needed washing got washed. It just wasn't general clothes. Everything got washed. I washed bedding, all the blankets. I have 3 blankets on that bed. Okay. All that got washed, pillowcases, pillow shams, all that got washed. I have 4 pillows on that bed. So I put a pillow under my back. I have pillows under my back, sometimes under my leg, and then 2 under my head. And sometimes it just depends on how I need to sleep. I did that, and then by the time I got through with laundry, it was about 10-something at night, 10:30. And then I drove back here to the truck. So I drove here to Love's, parked. I had to make up the bed. I was going to go in and get a shower. By the time I did make up the whole bed, I did an alcohol rub down. I crawled up on the top blanket, 1 blanket over me, and passed the hell out. Yeah. So I'm getting ready to get up in here and get a shower. I'll do some shout outs later on here, but I got some good feedback. And then somebody else's Z Beta, I forgot your name. I don't know. You must have been watching an older video. I have no idea what you're talking about. So you might have been watching an older video. If you guys end up watching my older videos, this person thought I was back in corporate America, and they said something about it, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I'm thinking they went over it. Sometimes it'll just pop up different videos. So what you do is you click the little drop down description arrow. I think it usually gives you the date the video was made. So I have videos way back from when I first started. Even ones be showing me a truck and still walking across the pad. I have those. I can't put them on my phone, but I can put them on the computer. I don't know, the phone only lets me go back so far. I don't know. On the YouTube channel. Who knows? If I know the title, I can pull them, but on my computer, I can pull them up. Yeah, I'm going to change some of my little thumbnails that they have. They always get me with a crazy smile or a crazy look. So I don't know. But I'm going to, it's automatic when you do it from the phone. I'm going to get on my computer when I get to the hotel and go in there and update some of the thumbnails and some of the videos. But, yeah, so guys, I want you to understand if you come in this industry, especially Mexico loads, how they work. Because and I wish you would have contacted me, DCI, because I would have explained it to you. Yeah, you weren't going into Mexico at all. I would have definitely explained it to you. That wouldn't have been a problem. And you could have taken it over instead of getting into an issue with your company. It's not a big deal. I would have just taken cross street and dropped it because it's still the U.S. It's really made because the Mexico driver can only come in so far. Not about you. You're still within the United States. If you go into Mexico, you're gonna know it. You're gonna know it. I had a terminal that was right, literally. Here's the Mexico gates, and here was our terminal, and the fence to Mexico was right there. So we were right there when I was with Conway in El Paso. We were El Paso. Yes, our drop yard in El Paso was literally right on the border, right there. So you will know. If you going into Mexico, you for damn sure gonna know. Because you will have to go through checkpoint, just like if you walking across, and you will know. Ifs, ands, or buts. I have my passport with me, and to me also that's another thing. You were saying you don't have your passport. Keep your passport on you. I got my passport in my backpack. It's a second form of identification. And driving a truck, it's a beautiful thing to have. I'll keep that passport on you. I keep my passport on me at all times. It's in my bag. My birth certificate's on here with me. I have everything on my truck with me. And I call it my jump out bag. If I need, matter of fact, I need to put it back up here in the front. If anything happens to the truck catch on fire, I just grab that bag, my laptop, birth certificate, passport, all that stuff, always in the front. I got it up on the bunk right now because I was watching movies on it a while back, but I'm going to bring it down and it's going to be up here in the front, getting it organized. But anyway, yeah. Also, if any of you guys know anything about a company called Freight Logistics, let me know. They're a company that posted on my Facebook page, and I'm very curious about them. They are a reefer company out of Kansas, and they said they cover the lower part of the U.S. So I'm going to see what states they cover. I don't care. I've driven all of the continental U.S. I really want to stay off the East Coast, if possible. Well, east of PA. I really hate everything east of PA, and I only want to be PA, Virginia area only for a little bit. I don't want to be there for a long period of time. No, I don't. So, looking for a company that hopefully either has APUs on it. I was just watching a lady, Dave Rich, cooking. She threw it down on her little Thanksgiving meal. I gotta finish watching it. But and her truck talking about automatic. I'm like, oh, that's that BS I'm dealing with here. I can't. Luckily enough, I'm a CPAP user, but I can't. Then they're calling you. Your idol is. Oh, I can't. I'm good. I'm so over the newbie stuff. I'm like, this is newbie BS. Put out a truck with the little Oklahoma company. Okay, so issues with the Oklahoma company. Love their equipment, phenomenal. Love their trailers, phenomenal. Actually, they sent me to pick up one of their brand new trailers. I did pictures of that, phenomenal. Great equipment. Every time we went into the bay, they inspected the truck and the trailer. That was because they brought one of the dudes from Conway over as a safety guy. Phenomenal. Where I had a problem was that they told you you're going to make a certain amount of money. That was number one. That changed when I got in the door. Oh, we do a force per diem. So they were taking 10 cents off per mile. Wrong. You just dropped me down below what I was making at the other place. Then the calling during the sleeper berth. Then we ran a lot of late freight. I mean, they booked a lot of freight that was already late. And I don't care if you do, but don't bug me about it. Because what they want, as soon as they dropped it, they wanted that money coming in. The way they had it set up, they would get paid immediately as soon as they dropped the load and they got the paperwork. They were making that money churn right in the door. They weren't no ifs, ands, or buts. And but if your freight's already late, like Bill said, he said you can't make late freight be on time. He said so nobody should be hassling you about freight that's already late. You get it there safely and timely. So that was one. And then they didn't want to. You say you want something, you're trying to do different, but like I said, when I went in that meeting with the little HR lady and them, and HR lady I liked the guy who's the safety guy, but I realized he basically gave me the keys to the kingdom. He basically said, no other company, if they ran their business like you guys run your business, you wouldn't be able to keep the customer. You'd lose most of the customers that for other companies I work for. That was a huge. I was like, oh, that was all I needed. And then, like I said, and then what they want to do is move me to the dry side because the reefer side, we already had an issue because the girl was gone, and then I believe there was some retaliatory actions that were taking place, and even how they were messing with my home time. That was the other thing. They messed with my home time. Mess with my money, mess with my home time, we're done. That's one of the things that really turned me off here. I was trying to hang in here, but then they started messing with the home time and the whole clean out. I'm good. I'm good. I'm like, okay, even though they talked to me and I know they're saying, oh yeah, and now I'm dealing with all the equipment stuff. I got an oil leak under here. I can't have a refrigerator. I'm over it. So praying to find a company where I have fridge, microwave, because you'll see I'm getting a double chin now. I didn't have this when I came back. I had actually lost weight from when I fractured the ankle, and now all that's grown back. It's come back. Anyway, y'all, let me get my butt off of here. I'm going to get up the road. I'll upload this. Hopefully this helps anybody doing Mexico loads. This will help y'all. And I'm going to get in the shower and get up the road here. And dump this trash. I got some trash I got to dump too. So I'm going to get all that done. And then when I come back to the truck tonight, or when I come back tonight, I'll do some more. I got to work on this area over here. And I've got a tool bag. I got a thing of the gel, the anti-gel. I got 2 of those because they had like 2 for something. So I got 2 of those. And I need to put that one on the side box. And then I'm going to be working on the side box too. I got a tool bag because I want to put all my tools in there. And that way when I get ready to leave the truck, all I have to do is take my tools out. Right now it's just kind of everywhere. So I'm going to get that all organized too. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some organizing over the next few days in this truck. So non-hanging with Joe has actually helped because now I can focus on this. At the hotel, I can put it on the bobtail over there so I can just walk out and work on the truck when I need to. And that's going to be something I'm going to do too. This makes a whole world of difference. People, 2 and 2. I thought about getting some sushi tonight, but I'm going to do sushi tomorrow, I think. And then I need to call my places because I need to get by there. She's got mail. She got my mail. Peace, love, joy, happiness. Talk to y'all later. Okay, I'm doing my pedicure right now. Well, one of the things that irritates me is when people talk on their speakerphone out loud on their phone. It's just ghetto. Alright, what's up everybody? So I am here. I cut the hair. I'm here at the hotel. I've been here since Saturday. I kind of hung out with family. My places, my niece and nephew. I hung out with them on, what day was that? I hung out with them on, what day was that? I hung out with them on, I don't know what's up with that. I hate this area. They got the cops all around here. I hung out with them on, was that Friday? Friday or Saturday? I can't remember what day it was. And I had probably one of the most kind of semi-disturbing conversations with my nephew, my play nephew. And I've known him since he was a baby. I mean, we used to all go to the same church, so they kind of like consider me an aunt. And they're the ones I stayed with when I fractured my ankle. Really good-hearted people. They're real close to where I work. It's just one. I didn't have a lot of family on this side of town. And then the other family I have here, a lot of them are really old and like dialysis and stuff, so you don't want to be a burden. And I couldn't walk, so I just stayed there. And pretty much company, that much I would give this company. They took care of me when I was on the workman's comp. No bad will. They actually did a very good job when I fractured the ankle. But in our conversation, that's going to be a Rambles video, we were talking, and he's in his 20s, early 20s. I don't even know if the baby's 21, 22, maybe. And he just wanted to have, that guy philosophical conversation. And so I'm kind of tomboyish. Most guys look at me kind of like a semi-guy, so they feel like they're coming, and you can talk to me as long as you don't start talking negative about females or sexual stuff. I'm real cool. So we started talking some things just about, and he started talking a little bit on the religion side, talked about politics side, talked about ethnicity or race side. But what was the disturbing part of the conversation as we were having this open discussion was we started talking about our history, as our ethnic history. And this baby did not know who the Urban League was. He did not know who the NAACP was. And I was just like, and his sister, who's in her, Vicky's somewhere in her late 30s. I think her mid and her early 30s. Vicky came out and she looked at him. She said, Josh, what the hell do you mean you don't? She's like, I'm really shocked. Because she knows who they are. And I was like, I'm not. At first I was shocked, and then I was like, no, I'm not. Part of the problem we have in our country is that we only teach the history that a certain group wants us to know. We don't teach about Asian Americans. We don't teach about Latino Americans. We don't teach about African Americans. So unless you came up in a school and or you took classes, and when he came around, you chose the classes in high school you wanted to take. And, most people just do the bare bones stuff. And he went through like a fireman high school out here, specialty high school. And so you take the classes, they're going to do the bare bones, whatever necessity to get through. You just want to get out of school. And I sat back in that chair and I was like, this is what's wrong with us. It's what's wrong with our country. It's what's wrong with other cultures. We don't understand each other. We had the conversation on that. Then we had the conversation that he doesn't feel he's Christian. He feels he doesn't prescribe to any religion, basically. And he grew up in a Christian family. And the reason for that is because he, as an African-American male with all of the nuances of the new upheaval of the racial divide, which I hate race, doesn't realize. And he's like, well, I'm not, he says, I don't understand Christianity, why black folks are going to worship a white Jesus. I'm like, oh, there's where the problem starts. I said, here's where our biggest problem is. We don't read. We now, and especially his generation, we're so microwave. So we go here to YouTube and to whatever else is out there, and we want instant replies, and we're getting all sorts of information, what's true and what's false. We don't even know how to, younger people don't even know how to wade through. See, I was around when the Berlin Wall was up, before the wall came down, before communism actually was considered, it had fallen, okay? I was around when Russia was truly our enemy, and I don't believe enemies become friends on that level. I just don't. That's why it's disturbing when you see secret relationships of the magnitude we're seeing today. While there are things I agree that need to be handled in the current administration, I believe there's others that we need to be very leery of in how behaviors are, how friendships are, who we're getting close to. But I also realize God is in control. But it's becoming disturbing when you have people who are walking around confused because they do not understand, and they prescribe to something that they don't understand. He's prescribing to something because he has accepted the fact of what was shown to us historically as to what Jesus is depicted as blonde, blue-eyed, or straight-haired dude. But if you go back into the description in the Bible, it gives a description. Further, it also says he's of the line of David, which is a Hebrew and which you would consider the Jewish group. Jewish people would be considered people of color. They're from the Middle East. Now, America, we want to put people in certain pockets for our own number bias. And so when you go and you fill out an application or certain things, it doesn't ask you if you're Jewish. It usually asks you three things: white, black, Latino. And the Latino people are the only ones that get an ethnicity. It's crazy as hell, right? I think there might be other. I can't remember if others are on there. It doesn't give you a lot of options. So here this young man is not realizing that the person we see historically as Jesus, who we believe is the Son of God on the Christian side, that Jesus was a man of color or a man of ethnicity. He wasn't following in the mainstream Anglo-Saxon. So if you go in your Bible and you read, it says he has woolly skin, hair was bronze. That's not who's depicted to us. So now he prescribes to something because he doesn't believe in it, because he feels this is some other stuff. It's an oppression, it's a trick, whatever. And I said, sweetie, you need to go and read for yourself. Find out for yourself. Understanding of a lot of things that he had not figured out for himself. You need to go back and look at your history and understand groups like the Urban League. Granted, they lost a lot of their power. They lost a lot of their, in my view, because I have uncles who were Urban League directors, they lost a lot of their premise for what purpose they were, especially after the King assassination. Then you also had the Malcolm assassination, and I believe it left us somewhat toothless. And then on top of that, NAACP, Urban League, those two organizations, which are civil rights organizations, they did stuff. But then it became, as with many things in America, about positioning. Your titles, your positions, how much money you bring home. And it no longer was really about the passion for civil rights movement. Now, I think those things have changed now because of things that are happening right now. See, it takes kind of going through an upheaval and an oppression for us to get off behind and say we want to do something different. I sat down with him and everything in my spirit was disturbed. I also have one of my people that on 411 who had an incident on the border, and I'm going to be talking about that a little bit later on. And I realized, and I'm going to say this about myself, I'm not talking about that individual, we have our own fears and our own biases based on what somebody told us. So then we come in not understanding. And I'm guilty. I would have reacted totally different to certain behaviors that Conway and handled them differently had I had a better understanding of this industry. But it's okay because you learn from them. So the video I'm putting up is to help that individual and help other individuals who are coming into this industry and not understanding, because we've been told so many things about stuff that's maybe true, partially true, not all that true. And then it creates drama for us, unnecessarily drama. In whatever you're doing in this life, there's an old saying, in all you're getting, get understanding. That means understanding of each other. That means understanding of situations. And understanding, even if it's crazy, if you understand that it's crazy, you know to avoid it. But understand to know whether it really is crazy, or whether it's your bias, your misunderstanding, your non-education or non-information on a situation. We all are growing in different ways. And whatever you do, people, start picking up some books and learning. And don't just go off of what you're hearing in the media. I'm 50 years old. I saw the Berlin Wall come down. And now I see people going to secret rooms privately in the high positions in our government to sit down with what we used to call an enemy. I'm 50 years old, and I remember The Diary of Anne Frank. If you haven't seen it, powerful movie based on a true story of the Holocaust. You need to go see that. I'm 50 years old, and I'm seeing things that I've never thought I would see in my lifetime. And I see what, as a Christian person, I think it's time wrapping up. Now, some people may think I'm crazy, I'm strange. You can think whatever you want to think. I really don't care. But what I've learned in doing this job is I've learned to interact with all people without, as little as possible, biased, and to accept people where they're at as best I can. If it's craziness, I won't be involved. But if it's not craziness, just to accept the differences that each of us have. I've learned that generalizations aren't good. You can generalize about African American people, you can generalize about Latino people, I can generalize about white people, I can generalize about Christians. Everybody who say they Christian ain't Christian. And even those who say they Christian may not be educated on or even spiritually in tune to what they really believe is just something they do because that's what they grew up in. And they have no indication of what that means. It doesn't mean perfection. It means I'm trying to do better than I did yesterday, and I believe I have a relationship with God. It means I pray. It means I love people on a different level. It means I handle situations differently, and if I don't, I'm going to grow to change. It means I learn about humility. It means I learn about mercy. It means I learn about grace. It means I learn about forgiveness. And it means that every day I wake up, I'm forever going to be changing, and that my hope is up there, not here. Don't get caught up in the stupid stuff of this life, y'all. Please don't get caught up in the stupid stuff of this life. This life throws out some nasty crap, and we're caught up in the stuff that is really irrelevant. And the older you get, if you get stuck there, it's bad. But the older you get, if you don't get stuck there, the wiser you get. And you'll start understanding, if you have a relationship with him, his hand is in your life in some form or fashion to tell you stories. Guys, I hope you have a blessed Sunday. Monday, I got a doctor's appointment. In this truck, they did a cabin inspection. I'm just going to be handling on Tuesday. I'm not dealing with that now. I'm going to deal with that on Tuesday because I got my hotel stay and I'm going to enjoy my time off. And I didn't realize it went so fast. I slept good last night. And right now I got me an ahi poke bowl. They had to get rid of the lettuce because of a whole lettuce warning. And then tomorrow I got a doctor's appointment, and then I got to see about eyeglasses. Anyway, I'm going to blend this video up, try to upload it tonight. I got part of it from a couple days ago, so it's all broken up into pieces. But it's a rant a little bit. And again, I hope you guys are really having a blessed Sunday. Don't get caught up on what people tell you. Guys, open up a book. I'm serious. You guys got to open up a book. You can't get caught up in the dumb stuff because there's a lot of what we're being told is dumb stuff. Anyway, 2 and 2, y'all be blessed.